So during your time in the Bio 120 lab, you'll be using several pieces of small equipment, and these are pieces that you'll find one or two of these per bench, and so they're just a couple of commonly used pieces that we'll see over and over in the lab. The first of which, probably the most important, is the scale. We have digital scales here at Concordia, and you use them with either a weigh boat or with weigh paper, either of which will work, and it's just a process of putting that weigh boat on the scale, zeroing it, and then measuring out the powder or reagent that you are working with. The other commonly used piece is the stir plate. These are magnetized stir plates, and they're used with stir bars, and you can see that the stir bar will be magnetically attracted to the stir plate. And what's usually done is that when you're making a solution and adding salts or powders to a solution, you have your beaker or your flask here, you put the magnetic stir bar in there, and then using the stir plate, using the dial and the stir plate, you're able to then spin that stir bar, and that'll spin up your mixture and mix all of your powders in. And we have a couple different versions of the stir plate. Every one of them works just as well as the next, so this is version number 2, and then we have the classic version that is more like a little cube, but all three of them work. And so look for those when your lab manual calls for using a stir plate. The last smallish piece of equipment is the heating block. And so the heating block is used to heat up small containers, most notably your Eppendorf tubes. This block in particular is set up perfectly to fit these Eppendorf tubes, and what you usually do is you have this set to a temperature. You'll add some water to it, wait for that water to then come up to temperature, and then add your sample, and that way you can denature proteins, denature DNA, do all sorts of different things that require a temperature shift of some kind. And so those are the 3 different pieces of small equipment that you'll find on your bench tops.